Be me. 27-year-old graphic designer living in Portland because I apparently hate sunshine and affordable housing. Single for 2 years because my last girlfriend dumped me for a guy who does parkour, and I cannot compete with that level of emotional instability. Spend most weekends with my roommate Kevin, who is convinced he is going to be a famous Twitch streamer despite having 12 followers, and 11 of them are bots. One Saturday, I am at this local bookstore cafe because I am pretentious and think reading in public makes me interesting. I am deep into some sci-fi novel about space capitalism when someone sits down at the table next to me and immediately knocks over their entire iced latte. Coffee explosion of epic proportions. This girl is scrambling to save her laptop while cursing like a sailor who just stubbed their toe on an anchor. Son of a biscuit-eating bulldog, this is the third time this week. I hand her approximately 17 napkins. Here, before your laptop becomes a very expensive coaster. She looks up and I'm hit with the full force of her presence. Dark curly hair that looks like she stuck her finger in an electrical socket in the best way possible. Green eyes, freckles, wearing a hoodie that says, "I paused my game to be here," which is objectively hilarious. Thanks. I'm Riley, and apparently I'm a walking disaster. I'm Alex, and I witnessed your coffee commit suicide, so I think we're bonded now. She laughs, and it sounds like wind chimes, if wind chimes could also roast you mercilessly. That's the worst bonding origin story I've ever heard. We're not superheroes, we're just two people in a pretentious bookstore. You're not wrong, I was literally reading here to look intellectual. Same. I'm reading a romance novel disguised in a literary fiction cover. This girl is incredible. We end up talking for 3 hours about everything from our shared hatred of people who stand in the middle of grocery store aisles, to our theory that pigeons are government drones. She tells me she is a freelance illustrator who draws fantasy creatures for indie video games. So you draw dragons and get paid for it? Among other things. Last week I spent 6 hours perfecting the scales on a sentient mushroom. That is the coolest job description I have ever heard. Better than graphic designer? I make corporate logos. I once spent 2 weeks designing a logo for a company that sells industrial mops. You win. We exchange numbers and she leaves with a promise to text me. I float back to my apartment like I am in a rom-com montage. Kevin is in his usual spot, gaming chair, headset, screaming at 12-year-olds on Fortnite. Kevin, I just met someone. He does not look away from his screen. That's great, man. Can you grab me a Mountain Dew? Did you hear what I said? Yeah, you met someone. Very exciting. Do, please. I throw a can at his head. He finally pauses his game. Okay. Tell me about this mystery woman. Is she real, or did you hallucinate her from too much coffee? Her name is Riley. She draws dragons for a living. She spilled coffee everywhere. And I think I might be in love. You think you're in love with everyone. Remember the barista who smiled at you and you thought it was a sign? She smiled specifically at me, Kevin. She was doing her job. My phone buzzes. Text from Riley. Hey, space capitalism guy, want to grab dinner tomorrow? I promise not to spill anything. I show Kevin. She is real, and she is asking you out. Don't screw this up. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I'm just saying, your track record is not great. You once brought flowers to a first date, and they were the wrong kind, and she was allergic. How was I supposed to know she was allergic to daisies? Most people ask. I text Riley back. Only if you promise that if you do spill something, it's on me and not your laptop. Dinner sounds great. She sends back a gif of a dragon breathing fire with the caption, "It's a date." Kevin is watching over my shoulder. She sends gifs. Marry her immediately. First date is at this ramen place that Riley claims has life-changing tonkatsu broth. She shows up wearing ripped jeans and a vintage Star Wars shirt. I like your shirt. Thanks. I got it at a thrift store. The guy who sold it to me said it belonged to someone who claimed to have met George Lucas, but I think he was lying. Solid origin story, though. Dinner is perfect. We talk about our jobs, our families, our completely irrational fears. I'm terrified of ceiling fans. What? Why? When I was 7, I watched Final Destination, and there is this scene where a ceiling fan falls, and now I cannot trust them. That is the most valid fear I have ever heard. What about you? What completely rational thing are you afraid of? Geese. She almost spits out her ramen. Geese? They are demons with feathers, Riley. They have teeth on their tongues. Teeth. On. Their. I need you to know that I'm going to remember this forever and use it against you. Fair enough? We walk around the city after dinner just talking. She stops in front of a closed ice cream shop and peers in the window. This is my favorite place. They have this lavender honey flavor that tastes like eating a cloud. Eating a cloud? A delicious cloud, you'll see. We'll come back when they're open. The way she says will, like we are already an established thing, makes my heart do weird gymnastics. I walk her to her car, and there is this moment where we are just standing there. I had a really good time, Alex. Me too. We should do this again. Definitely. I'll text you. She drives off, and I'm grinning like an idiot. Kevin is still awake when I get home, naturally, because his sleep schedule is a myth. How did it go? Kevin, she is perfect. We talked about ceiling fans and geese, and I think this might actually be something. You said that about Parkour Girl. We don't talk about Parkour Girl. Fair. So when is date 2? Soon. She said she would text. Next day, Riley texts me a picture of a dragon she drew with my face. Is this supposed to be me? It's you as a dragon. You're a fire dragon because you were passionate about your hatred of geese. This is the best gift anyone has ever given me. I'm glad you like it. Want to hang out this weekend? There's a comic convention, and I need someone to judge my cosplay. What are you going as? She sends a picture of her in a Loki costume that is actually incredibly accurate. You made this? Yeah, I stress-sewed it over 3 weeks while watching Great British Bake Off. That is the most on-brand thing I have ever heard. Weekend comes, and we go to the convention. Riley is in full Loki mode, horns and all, and people keep stopping her for photos. You're kind of famous. It's the horns. Everyone loves horns. We spend the day wandering through artist alleys, and she introduces me to like 17 people she knows from online. Buy her a print of a dragon that looks suspiciously like the one she drew of me. You're collecting dragon art now? Only the ones that remind me of cool illustrators I know. She bumps her shoulder against mine. Smooth talker. We grab lunch at the convention center, and I watch her devour a burger like she has not eaten in days. What? I'm hungry. Cosplay is exhausting. I didn't say anything. You had a look? What look? The look that says you're thinking something. I was thinking you're kind of amazing. She blushes and tries to hide it by taking a huge bite of her burger. Rest of the convention is perfect. We end up at her apartment later because she wants to show me her art studio. It is exactly what I expected. Organized chaos, sketches everywhere, 3 different drawing tablets, a wall covered in concept art for games I've actually played. Riley, you worked on Mystic Realms? Yeah, I did most of the creature designs for the expansion. I have like 200 hours in that game. Your dragons are incredible. You play Mystic Realms? I'm a level 67 warlock. Don't judge me. I'm judging you a little bit. Warlocks are overpowered. They're strategic. They're cheap. We argue about game mechanics for an hour, and it is the best argument I have ever had. Over the next month, we see each other constantly. Coffee dates, movie nights, random adventures to places like the 24-hour donut shop at 2 a.m. because Riley had a craving. Kevin meets her when she comes over for game night. So you're the famous Riley, and you're the famous Kevin. Alex says you're going to be a big streamer. Kevin lights up like a Christmas tree. He said that? I said you think you're going to be big. I didn't endorse it. Close enough. Riley, do you game? I draw for games. Does that count? It absolutely counts. Want to do a duo queue? They spend 3 hours playing together while I watch and realize that my roommate and my girlfriend are becoming friends. Wait, girlfriend. Are we at the girlfriend stage? I have not actually asked her. Mental note, figure out relationship status. One night we are at her place watching a terrible horror movie and making fun of every decision the characters make. Why would you go into the basement? The demon is obviously in the basement. Because horror movie characters share one brain cell and it's on vacation. Riley is curled up next to me on her couch, and this feels incredibly domestic and comfortable. Alex, can I ask you something? Sure. What are we doing here? Oh no, the talk. What do you mean? I mean, we've been hanging out for a month. We text every day. I drew you as a dragon, which is basically a declaration of love in my world. Are we like dating? Do you want to be dating? I asked first. Yes, I very much want to be dating. I was actually trying to figure out how to ask you. That's adorable. Okay, cool. So we're together now. Just like that? Just like that. I'm very efficient. She kisses me, and my brain short circuits. So now that we're official, you should know I have a lot of weird quirks. Hit me with them. I eat pizza with a fork and knife. That's psychotic, but I'll allow it. I have 14 stuffed animals on my bed, and they all have names. That's actually cute. I sometimes speak in Lord of the Rings quotes when I'm stressed. Okay, that one is concerning, but I can work with it. Life is perfect for exactly 6 weeks. We are inseparable. She comes to my work and brings me lunch. I go to her studio and watch her draw while she explains the mythology behind every creature. Kevin says we are disgustingly cute. You two are like a Hallmark movie, but with more nerdy references. Is that a compliment? I genuinely don't know. Then everything changes on a random Tuesday. Riley texts me, "Can we talk later?" 4 words that have never meant anything good in the history of relationships. I spend the entire day spiraling. She wants to break up. She met someone else. She realized I am boring. She is actually a government agent and has to go into witness protection. Kevin finds me stress eating cereal at my desk. Dude, you look like you're about to have a breakdown. Riley said we need to talk. Oh no. The talk? I don't know. What if she is breaking up with me? Why would she break up with you? You're moderately tolerable. Thanks, Kevin. Really helpful. Riley comes over that night and she looks stressed. We sit on my couch and there's this awful silence. So I need to tell you something. Here it comes. I'm going to be really busy for a while, like really busy. I got a huge contract for this new game and it's going to take all my time for the next few months. Oh, okay. That's great though, right? It is, but I'm going to be basically non-existent. Late nights, weekends, I'll be completely absorbed in this project. Riley, I can handle you being busy. We'll figure it out. I know, but I don't want you to feel neglected or think I'm ignoring you. I won't. We'll just make the time we have count. She looks relieved. You're not mad? Why would I be mad? This is your career. I'm proud of you. She hugs me so tight, I think my ribs might crack. Okay, good. I was so worried you would be upset. Riley, I'm not that guy. Do your thing. I'll be here when you have time. Famous last words. First week is fine. We text throughout the day, but she sends me progress sketches. Everything is normal. Second week, she is slower to respond, but still engaged. Third week, the texts become sporadic. Fourth week, I barely hear from her. I try not to panic. She is busy. She told me she would be busy. This is fine. Kevin is less optimistic. Dude, when is the last time you actually saw her? 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks? That's not busy. That's ghosting. She is not ghosting me. She is working. If she wanted to see you, she would make time. Kevin, you're not helping. I'm being realistic. People make time for what they care about. I try calling her, straight to voicemail. I text, "Hey, just checking in. Miss you. Let me know when you're free." Message delivered, not read. Okay, now I am panicking. 1 month passes, then 2 months. Complete radio silence. My texts go from casual to concerned to slightly desperate. Hey, you okay? Riley, I'm worried about you. If you want to break up, just tell me. Seriously, at least let me know you're alive. Nothing. Kevin watches me descend into a spiral of self-doubt and ice cream consumption. Maybe she dropped her phone in a lake. For 2 months? A really big lake? I call her, it rings once, then goes to voicemail, which means she is actively declining my calls. That hurts worse than just being sent to voicemail. My friends try to help. Derek, my friend from college who thinks he is a relationship expert because he has been married for 2 years, gives his analysis. She is either dead, in witness protection, or she got cold feet and doesn't know how to end things. That's comforting, Derek. Really narrowed it down. I'm just giving you the options. My coworker Brittany, who overhears me talking about this, offers her perspective. Some people are just bad at communication. Maybe she is going through something. For 2 months? I once ghosted a guy for 3 months because I was stressed about my thesis. Did you get back together? No, he married someone else. Again, not helpful. I try to move on. I really do. I delete our text thread about 4 times, but keep restoring it from the deleted folder. I unfollow her on social media, so I stop checking it obsessively, but then I check it anyway by typing in her username. She is still posting art. She is alive. Maybe she is working. She just apparently wants nothing to do with me. Kevin stages an intervention at month 3. Okay, we're going out. You're showering, putting on real pants, and we're going to a bar. I don't want to go to a bar. I don't care. You've been moping for 3 months, and I can't watch you eat another pint of ice cream while listening to sad indie music. It's called processing. It's called wallowing. Come on. We go to this bar downtown, and I'm absolutely not in the mood. Kevin tries to wingman me. See that girl over there? She's cute. Go talk to her. I don't want to talk to her. You don't want to talk to anyone. You're going to die alone surrounded by cats. I'm allergic to cats. Even sadder, I order a whiskey and contemplate my life choices. Why did Riley ghost me? What did I do wrong? Was I too clingy? Not clingy enough? Did I say something stupid? Derek shows up because Kevin apparently called in reinforcements. Heard you're having a crisis. I'm fine. You're drinking whiskey on a Tuesday and you look like you haven't slept in days. You're not fine. Maybe she just wasn't that into me. Or maybe something happened that has nothing to do with you. That seems unlikely. Dude, not everything is about you. Maybe she is dealing with something serious. Then she could tell me. We were together. You don't just disappear on someone you care about. Unless you're too overwhelmed to deal with anything. It's including relationships. I hate that he might be right. Month 4 arrives and I'm mostly numb about the whole thing. I have accepted that Riley is gone and I need to move on. I go on one date with someone Brittany set me up with. Her name is Jessica and she works in marketing and she is perfectly nice. But she is not Riley. She does not make Lord of the Rings references. She does not draw dragons. She does not have the same chaotic energy that made me feel alive. As I politely tell her I'm not ready to date, and she completely understands. You're still hung up on someone. That obvious? You mentioned her name 3 times during dinner. I'm sorry. Don't be. I hope you figure it out. I won't figure it out because Riley has vanished from my life like a ghost. Kevin finds me playing video games at 2 a.m. Still awake? Can't sleep. Still thinking about her? Always. You know what you need? Closure. Go to her place. Demand answers. I'm not gonna show up at her door like a stalker. It's not stalking if you dated. Pretty sure it's still stalking. Then what's your plan? Pine forever? Honestly, I don't know. Month 5 creeps by. I throw myself into work, design logos, take on extra projects, anything to keep my brain occupied. My boss notices. Alex, you're doing great work, but you look exhausted. Just staying busy. Everything okay? Define okay. She does not push, but I appreciate the concern. Kevin's streaming career somehow takes off during this time. He gets sponsored by an energy drink company and suddenly has 5,000 followers. Dude, I'm actually doing it. I'm a real streamer. That's great, Kevin. Really happy for you. You sound dead inside. I'm working on it. I start seeing a therapist in month 5 because Kevin threatens to lock me out of the apartment if I do not get professional help. Therapist's name is Dr. Chen, and she is incredibly patient with my nonsense. So you're saying she just disappeared? Completely. Like she was abducted by aliens, except aliens would have better communication skills. Have you considered that her disappearance might not be about you? Everything is about me, Dr. Chen. I'm the main character of my own sad story. That's not healthy, Alex. Nothing about this situation is healthy. She gives me homework, which is to write down my feelings. I write 3 pages about how Riley used to laugh at my jokes, and how her hair smelled like lavender, and how I missed the way she would randomly text me pictures of clouds that looked like dragons. Dr. Chen reads it and looks concerned. This is a lot. I have a lot of feelings. I can see that, but you need to start processing the possibility that this relationship is over. I know it's over. My brain knows. My heart is still stuck 6 months ago. Kevin's streaming success continues to grow, and he tries to include me. Dude, come play on my stream. My chat wants to meet the sad roommate I keep talking about. You talk about me on stream? You're like my ongoing character arc. Everyone is invested in your heartbreak. That's depressing. That's content, baby. I reluctantly join his stream, and his chat immediately roasts me. Sad BOI 87. This is the guy? He looks like he hasn't slept in weeks. Dragon Slayer 4, 2-0. Give him a hug. He needs it. Kevin's fan 1. Kevin, your roommate needs an intervention. Your fans are mean. They're observant. There's a difference. Month 5 also brings my birthday, which I want to skip entirely. Derek and Brittany refuse to let this happen. They show up at my apartment with a cake and party hats. We're celebrating whether you like it or not. I don't like it. Noted and ignored. Make a wish. I wish for closure, but I do not tell them that because it sounds pathetic. We eat cake, and they try to cheer me up with stories. Derek talks about his anniversary trip. We went to Hawaii, and I proposed to her again just for fun. That's adorable, and I hate you. Fair. Brittany tells me about her disaster date with a guy who brought his mother. His mother, Alex, to a first date. She ordered for him. That's worse than being ghosted. Is it though? Okay, maybe not. They mean well, but I just feel hollow. Kevin comes home from his streaming session and finds us. birthday party without inviting me? You were working. I would have taken a break for cake. He joins us, and the night becomes slightly less terrible. Later, when everyone leaves, Kevin sits with me. You know what the worst part about all this is? What? I never got closure. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know if she ever cared. I'm just stuck in this limbo. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe not knowing is the closure. That's a terrible answer. I know, but it's all we got. I clean out my closet a few weeks later and find one of Riley's hoodies that she left here. It still smells like her. I should throw it away or donate it. Instead, I put it back in the closet and pretend I did not see it. Kevin catches me doing this. Dude, don't. You're never going to move on if you keep holding on to this stuff. I'm not ready to let go. It's been 5 months. I'm aware. He sits down next to me on the floor. You know what I think? I'm sure you're going to tell me. I think you're not just sad about Riley. I think you're sad about losing what you thought your life was going to be. When did you become a philosopher? I listen to a lot of podcasts while gaming, but am I wrong? No. You're annoyingly right. I'm here for you, man. Even when you're being pathetic. Thanks, I think. Month 6 arrives like an unwelcome guest. 6 months since I last saw Riley. 6 months since my life made sense. I have a breakdown in the grocery store when I see lavender honey ice cream. Just stand there in the frozen food aisle like a statue. Some concerned employee asks if I am okay. I'm fine, just having an emotional crisis over ice cream. That's valid. We all have our triggers. I do not buy the ice cream. Work becomes my only focus. My boss gives me a promotion which I barely react to. Alex, this is great news. You're now senior designer. Cool, thanks. You could be more excited. I'm thrilled, can you tell? Not at all. Brittany takes me out for celebratory drinks. You need to start living again. I am living, I'm just doing it sad. That doesn't count. She tries to set me up with her friend from yoga. She's nice, she's funny. No, she's emotionally available. I'm emotionally unavailable. Exactly. Perfect match. That's not how that works. I politely decline, and Brittany sighs. You're going to be single forever. Probably. I delete all my photos of Riley from my phone finally. It takes me 3 attempts because I keep chickening out. When I finally do it, I feel both relieved and devastated. Kevin finds me staring at my phone. You okay? I deleted the photos. Good. That's progress. Why does progress feel terrible? Because healing isn't linear, or whatever inspirational posters say. I start going to the gym with Derek because he insists exercise will help. Endorphins, man. Science says it works. Science also said Pluto was a planet, and look how that turned out. You're comparing planetary classification to brain chemistry? I'm grasping at straws here, Derek. Gym does not help, but at least I am doing something. Derek tries to talk to me between sets. Have you thought about reaching out to her one last time? What would I even say? I don't know. Ask for closure, tell her how you feel. I did that 4 months ago. She ignored it. Then maybe it's time to accept that she's not coming back. I know he is right. I am sitting in my apartment on a Saturday night, eating leftover pizza, watching Netflix, completely resigned to my fate as a lonely graphic designer. Kevin is at some streaming convention, being important. I am alone with my thoughts, which is never a good thing. Someone knocks on my door, probably a delivery person with the wrong address. I open the door in my sweatpants and t-shirt that says, I'm not arguing, I'm just explaining why I'm right. It is Riley. She is standing there holding a bag of takeout from my favorite Thai place. The same restaurant I took her to on our 3rd date. She looks exactly the same except tired. Dark circles under her eyes, hair in a messy bun, wearing leggings and an oversized hoodie. Hi. That is all she says. Hi. After 6 months of silence. Hi. My brain cannot process this. What are you doing here? I brought pad thai, extra peanuts, the way you like it. She remembers how I like my pad thai. Riley, you've been gone for 6 months. I know. 6 months. No texts, no calls, nothing. I know. And you show up with takeout like that fixes everything? I know it doesn't fix everything. Can I come in? Please? Against my better judgment, I step aside. She walks in and sets the food on my coffee table. We stand there in this awful silence. I'm sorry. You're sorry? That's it? That's all you have to say? No, I have a lot to say, but I needed to see you first. Why now? Why after all this time? She sits down on my couch and I can see her hands shaking. Because I was scared. Because I'm an idiot. Because I made the biggest mistake of my life. I sit down but keep distance between us. Talk. Be me. Sitting across from the girl who vanished from my life 6 months ago. She is holding a container of pad thai like it is a peace offering. I'm holding onto my anger like it is the only thing keeping me upright. Talk. Riley takes a deep breath. That project I told you about? The big game contract? Yeah, the one that made you too busy to send a single text for half a year. It wasn't real. Wait, what? What do you mean it wasn't real? I lied. There was no big contract. Well, there was a contract, but that's not why I disappeared. My brain is struggling to process this. Then why did you disappear? She looks down at her hands. I got diagnosed with anxiety disorder, like severe anxiety disorder. The doctor said I'd probably been dealing with it my whole life, but it got worse after we started dating. That is not what I expected. I don't understand. Why would dating me make your anxiety worse? Not dating you. Being happy. Being vulnerable. Having something I could lose. She is crying now. Every time I was with you, I felt amazing, like genuinely stupidly happy. And that terrified me because what if you left? What if I did something wrong? What if you realized I wasn't worth it? Riley, so I started having panic attacks. Full on, can't breathe, think I'm dying panic attacks. And instead of talking to you about it like a normal person, I just shut down. She wipes her eyes. I convinced myself that if I disappeared first, then I was in control. I couldn't get hurt if I did the hurting. I do not know what to say. The day I told you I would be busy, I had a panic attack in my car after I left your place. I realized I was falling in love with you, and I completely freaked out. You were falling in love with me? Was, am, still am, never stopped. She laughs, but it sounds broken. I know that sounds insane. How can I say I love you when I ghosted you for 6 months? But that's the thing about anxiety. It makes you do insane things. Why didn't you just tell me? Because I was ashamed. Because I thought you would think I was crazy. Because every time I tried to text you, my brain would tell me you were better off without me. She pulls out her phone and shows me her drafts. There are hundreds of unsent messages. I'm sorry. I miss you. Please forgive me. I'm an idiot. Can we talk? All unsent, all time-stamped over the last 6 months. I wrote these and then deleted them. Over and over. Sometimes 10 times a day. My anger is starting to crack. Riley, I would have understood. I would have helped you. I know that now. I'm in therapy. I'm on medication. I'm doing the work. But 6 months ago I was drowning and I didn't know how to ask for a life raft. We sit in silence for a minute. I don't expect you to forgive me. I don't expect you to want me back. I just needed you to know that it wasn't about you. You didn't do anything wrong. I was the problem. You're not a problem, Riley. I made you miserable for 6 months. I'd say that qualifies as a problem. She stands up. I should go. I just wanted to apologize in person and bring you your favorite food because I remembered you said it always made bad days better. She heads for the door and I have a choice to make. Let her walk away and maintain my anger, or take a risk. Riley, wait. She turns around. I'm still mad at you. I know. I spent 6 months thinking I did something wrong, thinking I wasn't enough, wondering what I could have done differently. I'm so sorry. But I also get it, not completely because I can't imagine what you went through, but I understand being scared. I walk over to her. I was falling in love with you too. I was terrified. I just dealt with it differently. By being a functional human being. By overthinking everything and asking my roommate for advice. She almost smiles. I missed you. Every single day. I missed you too. Can we try again, slowly, with actual communication this time? She looks at me with hope and fear battling in her expression. You would give me another chance? After everything? I'm an idiot who is still in love with you despite my better judgment. So yeah. She hugs me and I can feel her shaking. I promise I'll do better. I'm working on myself. I won't disappear again. And I promise to be patient. But Riley, you have to communicate. Even when it's scary. Deal. We eat the pad thai, which is cold now, but still good. Riley tells me about the last 6 months. I basically became a hermit. I only left my apartment for therapy appointments and grocery runs. I worked on my game projects, but it was like I was on autopilot. Your art is still amazing. I checked your portfolio. You checked my portfolio? I checked everything. I'm not proud of it, but I was desperate for any sign you were okay. That's weirdly sweet and concerning. I contain multitudes. She asks about my life. Kevin is a famous streamer now, apparently. What? Really? Yeah, he has like 5,000 followers. It's bizarre. That's amazing. What about you? What have you been doing? Working mostly, got a promotion, had a brief mental breakdown in the ice cream aisle at the grocery store. Ice cream aisle? Lavender honey, the flavor you liked. She tears up again. I can't believe you remembered that. I remembered everything, Riley. That was the problem. We talk until 3 in the morning. She tells me about her therapy sessions and the coping mechanisms she is learning. My therapist has me doing this thing where I challenge my anxious thoughts. Like when my brain says you hate me, I have to find evidence against that. Do you have evidence? You let me in your apartment and didn't slam the door in my face. That's something. That's a low bar. I'm working with what I got. She eventually needs to leave, but we make plans to see each other again. Coffee? Tomorrow? Somewhere public so I can't self-sabotage and run away? Coffee sounds good. After she leaves, I text Kevin, who is still at his convention. Riley showed up. He responds immediately. What? Are you back together? Did you yell? Did you cry? I need details. She explained everything. I'll tell you when you get back. Dude, I'm leaving the convention early. This is more important than networking. Don't do that. Too late. I'm already packing. Next morning, I meet Riley at the bookstore cafe where we first met. Full circle moment that is not lost on either of us. Should I order a latte and spill it for old time's sake? Please don't. I can't handle more chaos right now. We sit and talk, and it feels familiar, but also different. She is more open about her struggles. I have to tell you when I'm feeling anxious. That's the rule now. Even if it seems silly. It's not silly. Yesterday I had anxiety about whether you actually wanted to see me or if you were just being polite. I want to see you. I want to see you every day if you'll let me. That's really sweet, but also a lot of pressure. Fair point. I want to see you as often as you're comfortable with. Better. We decide to take things slow, like really slow. Kevin returns from his convention and demands the full story. I tell him everything while he makes increasingly dramatic reactions. She had anxiety the whole time, and she was writing you messages but not sending them. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. I know. Are you getting back together? We're trying, slowly. What does slowly mean? It means we're dating but taking it one day at a time. That's mature. I hate it. I want drama. Your life is literally a streaming channel. You have enough drama. Over the next few weeks, Riley and I rebuild our relationship. She meets me for coffee dates. We go for walks in the park. We text every day, but she is honest when she is having bad anxiety days. Today is a bad brain day. Can we reschedule dinner? Of course. Do you need anything? Just knowing you're not mad helps. I meet her therapist, which is wild. Hi, I'm Alex, the guy Riley ghosted. Dr. Patterson does not even blink. Yes, I've heard a lot about you, Riley. Did you want Alex here for your session, or just to meet me? Just to meet you. I wanted Alex to know I'm actually doing the work. After I leave, Riley texts me. Thank you for coming. Anytime. Your therapist seems nice. She's great. She says I'm making progress. You are. I can see it. One night, Riley invites me over to her place. Her art studio looks different, more organized, but also more lived in. I cleaned. And by cleaned, I mean I had a breakdown and reorganized everything to feel in control. It looks good. She shows me what she has been working on. It is a series of drawings about anxiety represented as actual monsters. This one is the overthinking demon. This one is the panic dragon. This one is the self-doubt shadow creature. These are incredible, Riley. I'm thinking of making a book, like a graphic novel about mental health, but with fantasy elements. I would read that immediately. Really? Really, this is important work. She looks at her drawings. If I can help one person feel less alone, then maybe all this suffering meant something. Kevin meets Riley again at a game night we organize. Derek and Brittany are there too, and everyone is obviously trying to suss out the situation. Riley handles it like a champ. Yes, I ghosted him. Yes, I'm an idiot. Yes, we're working through it. Any other questions? Brittany raises her hand. Are you okay now? Working on it, but better than I was. Good, because if you hurt him again, I will find you. That's fair. I deserve that. Derek is more diplomatic. We're glad you're back. Alex was insufferable without you. Hey, it's true. You listened to sad indie music for 6 months. Riley looks at me. What kind of sad indie music? The worst kind. Bon Iver, The National. Phoebe Bridgers. Yikes. I know. Game night is actually fun. We play Mario Kart and Riley destroys everyone. How are you so good at this? I play video games for a living, Alex. This is my natural habitat. Kevin live streams part of the game night, and his chat goes wild. Kevin's fan 1. Is that the ex-girlfriend? She seems cool. Sadboy87. Alex looks so happy, I'm crying. Dragonslayer 4. 2-0. This is better than any rom-com. After everyone leaves, Riley helps me clean up. Your friends are intense. They're protective. I was a mess when you were gone. I know, I'm sorry. You've apologized enough. We're moving forward, remember? Moving forward, right. She finds one of my self-help books on the coffee table. You've been reading about anxiety? I wanted to understand what you were going through. She starts crying. That's the sweetest thing anyone has ever done for me. I just wanted to be supportive. You are. More than you know. We establish new communication rules. Riley creates a chart which is very on brand for her. Okay, so green days are good days. Yellow days are manageable, but I'm struggling. Red days are bad, and I need space. This is very organized. My therapist suggested it. This way you know where I'm at without me having to explain every time. I like it. Very efficient. Plus I color-coded it with cute stickers. That's very you. First yellow day happens a week later. Riley texts me a picture of a yellow sticker. Yellow day, work stress, not your fault. Need anything? Just patience. I'll be okay. I send her a picture of a dog in a raincoat. For morale. That helps. Thank you. Derek invites us to couples dinner with him and Melissa. Fancy Italian place downtown. Melissa immediately clicks with Riley. So you draw dragons for a living? That's the coolest job ever. It's pretty great. Except when clients ask for anatomically impossible dragon positions. That sounds like a nightmare. Last week someone wanted a dragon doing yoga. A dragon. Doing yoga. Did you do it? I got paid $300 to draw a dragon in downward dog position. Of course I did it. Derek watches us all laugh. I'm glad you're back together. Alex was unbearable. So I've heard. No, seriously. He watched The Notebook 3 times. Riley almost spits out her wine. 3 times? It was a dark period. I own The Notebook on DVD. That's different. You're allowed to like romance movies. And you're not? I have a reputation to maintain. What reputation? The guy who cries at Pixar movies? Derek high-fives Riley. I like her more than you now. Melissa tells embarrassing stories about Derek. He proposed to me 6 times before I said yes. 6 times? He's persistent. The first 3 were too elaborate. The 4th one he forgot the ring. The 5th one was in a Wendy's parking lot. What was wrong with the Wendy's proposal? Derek, it was a Wendy's parking lot. It was romantic. It was not. Riley is dying laughing. What was the 6th one? He did it at home, just us. Simple and perfect. Finally got it right. We leave dinner, and Riley is thoughtful. Do you ever think about the future? Like flying cars and robot butlers? No, like our future, together. All the time. What does it look like? I don't know. You drawing dragons? Me designing logos? Maybe a dog. What kind of dog? Something medium-sized, not too energetic. Maybe a corgi. I like corgis. Mental note, Riley approves of corgis. Couple months pass and things are good. Not perfect, but good. Riley still has bad days. Some days she cancels plans because her anxiety is too high. Some days she calls me crying because her brain is lying to her. But she is open about it now, which makes all the difference. I'm having intrusive thoughts that you're going to leave me. I'm not going to leave you. I know logically that's true, but my brain doesn't believe you. What can I do to help? Just remind me you're here, that I'm not too much. You're not too much. You're exactly right. We establish a system. On her bad days, I send her random pictures of things that remind me of her. A cloud that looks like a dragon. A weird coffee flavor. A dog wearing a funny hat. She says it helps ground her. When my anxiety says you don't care, I look at the 17 pictures you sent me this week and realize that's not true. 17? I didn't realize I sent that many. You sent a whole series of pigeons with funny captions. It was a whole thing. Pigeons are important. Riley starts streaming her art on Kevin's channel as a guest. His followers love her. She explains her creative process while drawing. This is the anxiety dragon. See how the scales are sharp and pointed? That represents how anxiety feels prickly and defensive. Chat is supportive. Art Student 23. This is so helpful for my mental health. Dragon Lover 99. Riley, you're amazing. Kevin's fan 1. Can you draw my depression next? She takes requests and turns them into a series. Naming your monsters. Everyone's mental health struggles deserve to be seen and acknowledged. Her art account grows. People commission her to draw their specific anxieties. She finds purpose in it. I'm helping people. That makes all the therapy and medication and hard work worth it. My birthday rolls around, and Riley insists on planning something. Last year, you had a depressing birthday because of me. This year, I'm fixing it. You don't have to do anything special. Too late, I already planned it. She organizes a surprise party with Kevin, Derek, and Brittany. They rent out the private room at the bookstore cafe. Full circle moment. There's a cake with a drawing of me as a dragon. Did you draw this? Obviously. You're a water dragon because you're cool and calming. That's the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me. She also gives me a gift. It is a leather-bound journal. For your thoughts. My therapist says journaling helps. I thought maybe it could help you too. This is really thoughtful. I also got you the new Mystic Realms expansion, but that's less emotionally significant. Equally important to me, though. Kevin gets drunk at the party and makes a speech. Alex is my best friend, my roommate, my streaming companion. And Riley, you made him sad, but now you make him happy. Don't mess this up again, or my 5,000 followers will know about it. That's sweet, Kevin. I'm being serious. I have influence now. Everyone laughs, but I know he means it. Brittany pulls Riley aside and I watch them talk. Later, Riley tells me what was said. She told me I'm good for you. You are. She also said if I ever ghost you again, she will personally find me and make my life difficult. That also sounds like Brittany. Your friends are protective. It's nice. It means they care about you. They care about us. You're part of the group now. She smiles at that. We have been dating again for 4 months when Riley brings up something serious. I need to tell you something and I'm scared you're going to freak out. My heart drops. What is it? I love you. Like, I'm in love with you. I've been in love with you this whole time, and I needed to say it out loud. I start laughing. That's what you were worried about? It's a big deal. Riley, I love you too. I never stopped. Really? Really? Even when I was mad at you, even when I was hurt, I loved you. She kisses me, and it feels like coming home. I don't deserve you. That's the anxiety talking. You deserve good things. I'm working on believing that. Telling our families becomes the next step. My parents are cautiously optimistic. So this is the girl who disappeared? Mom, don't. I'm just asking. Riley handles it with grace. I made mistakes. I'm working on being better. I love your son. My mom melts immediately. Well, I can't argue with that. Welcome back. Riley's family is more chaotic. She has 2 younger siblings who immediately interrogate me. Are you going to hurt our sister? I hope not. That's not a no. I'm going to do my best to make her happy. Good enough. Want to play video games? Her parents are artists too, which explains so much. Riley gets her talent from us. And her anxiety? That too, unfortunately. But she's doing well. We're proud of her. Kevin walks in on us making out on my couch. Gross. Get a room. This is a shared living space. This is literally my apartment, Kevin. And I live here. Roommate rules. Riley and I exchange a look. I should probably get my own place anyway. Kevin panics. No, wait. I was kidding. You two are fine. Make out all you want. Too late. I'm moving out. Because of my comment? No, because I'm almost 30 and I should probably have my own space. That's fair, but I'm going to miss you. I'm moving like 4 blocks away. You'll survive. Finding my own apartment becomes a project Riley helps me with. But we look at places together and she gives her opinions. This one has good natural light for your work. This one is near your favorite coffee shop. This one has a weird energy. I don't trust it. I find a 1-bedroom place that is perfect. Riley helps me move. So does Kevin, Derek, Brittany, and approximately 7 of Kevin's streaming friends who I have never met. Why are there so many people here? I told my chat I was helping you move and they showed up. Your fans are weird. They're dedicated. My new apartment slowly becomes a space we both inhabit. Riley keeps a toothbrush here, then some clothes, then her sketchbook. Kevin texts me. So when is she officially moving in? She hasn't moved in. She's there every night. She still has her own place. For how long? Good question. 6 months after we got back together, Riley's anxiety is much more manageable. She still has bad days, but they are less frequent. She has learned her triggers and how to handle them. I'm really proud of you. For what? For doing the work, for being honest, for letting me be part of your life. I'm proud of me too. That's new. One night we are lying in bed and she brings up the past. Do you ever think about those 6 months? Sometimes. Does it still hurt? Honestly, a little. But it's healing. I wish I could take it back. I don't. She looks confused. What? If you hadn't gone through that, you wouldn't have gotten help. You wouldn't be where you are now. Sometimes the worst things lead to the best growth. That's very philosophical. I've been reading a lot of self-help books. Kevin makes fun of me, but they're helpful. I love you. I love you too. We are at the ice cream shop she mentioned on our first date. But it finally reopened after being closed for renovations. I told you we would come back here. She orders the lavender honey. I try it and it actually does taste like eating a cloud. You were right, this is incredible. I'm always right about ice cream. We walk around eating our ice cream like tourists. Alex, can I ask you something? Sure. Do you think we would have made it if I hadn't disappeared? What do you mean? Do you think we needed that break to become who we are now? I think about it. Maybe. Or maybe we would have figured it out together. Either way, we're here now. That's good enough for me. Year after we got back together, Riley publishes her graphic novel about anxiety. It is called The Monsters in My Head, and it is beautiful and heartbreaking and hopeful. She dedicates it to me. For Alex, who waited in the dark until I found my way back. I cry reading that. Kevin films my reaction for his stream. Dude, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I'm crying on your stream right now. My chat is crying too. This is great content. Riley's book does well, like really well. It gets picked up by schools and therapy offices. People write to her saying it helped them. She cries reading the messages. I can't believe people connect with this. You're helping people, Riley. That's huge. One night she is staying over and I notice she brought more stuff. Is that your coffee maker? Maybe. Riley, are you moving in? I don't know, am I? Do you want to? Do you want me to? I asked first. I asked second. We stare at each other. Yes, I want you to move in. I want to wake up next to you every day. I want your dragon art all over the walls. I want your 14 stuffed animals taking up half the bed. I only have 12 now. I downsized. Very mature. So is that a yes? That's a yes. Kevin throws a housewarming party for us. He invites everyone, including his streaming audience. This is technically not a housewarming because Alex already lived here. It's a girlfriend moving in party. That doesn't roll off the tongue. I don't care. We're celebrating. Derek and Brittany bring wine and stories. Remember when Alex was a depressed mess? We don't talk about that timeline. I'm talking about it. He listened to the saddest music. He ate so much ice cream. It was pathetic. I'm right here. And now you're happy. It's disgusting. I love it. Riley fits into my life perfectly. Into our lives. Kevin adores her and they play video games together. Derek and his wife double date with us. Brittany claims credit for our entire relationship somehow. If I hadn't forced you to go out that night, you wouldn't have been emotionally available when Riley came back. That logic doesn't track, but okay. I'm taking credit. Deal with it. 2 years after the ghosting incident, Riley and I are lying in bed on a lazy Sunday. You ever think about how we almost didn't make it? Sometimes. I was so stupid. You were scared. There's a difference. I still can't believe you took me back. Best decision I ever made. She rolls over to face me. I'm glad I spilled that coffee. I'm glad I had napkins. I'm glad you didn't give up on me. I'm glad you came back with pad thai. It was a strategic move. I know the way to your heart is through Thai food. You know me too well. She gets quiet. What are you thinking? That I'm happy. Like genuinely, not scared to admit it. Happy. Me too. The monsters in my head are still there sometimes, but they're quieter now. Good. And when they're loud, I'm here. Always. Always. That feeling when the person who ghosted you comes back, and you realize some love stories need a pause before they can play. That feeling when you watch someone fight their demons and come out stronger. That feeling when you realize that sometimes the hardest relationships are the ones most worth fighting for. That feeling when your roommate becomes internet famous and live streams your entire life, but you don't even care because you're too happy. My face when I see Riley's toothbrush next to mine every morning. My face when she texts me dragon drawings in the middle of my workday. My face when I realize that getting ghosted was the worst and best thing that ever happened to me. My face when she falls asleep on my chest, and I know I would wait 6 months or 6 years or 6 lifetimes for this exact moment.
6 months of silence, staring at my phone. Every message left unread, guess I'm on my own. Coffee shop where we first met, now I drink alone. Your laugh still echoes in my head, can't pick up the phone. Derek says to move on, Kevin streams my pain, but I keep checking for your name, driving me insane. Where did you go when the lights went down? Did you ever hear me calling out? All those unsent texts, all those sleepless nights. You ghosted me for half a year, left me in the dark. Now you're standing at my door, holding takeout in my broken heart. Said anxiety took the wheel when you started falling deep. 6 months of radio silence, now you're crying at my feet. Lavender, honey, ice cream in aisle number 5. Had a breakdown in the freezer, barely felt alive. Therapist appointments, sad songs on repeat. Your hoodie's in my closet, smells like bittersweet. What were you fighting all alone? Why couldn't you just come back home? All those drafted messages you never dared to say. You ghosted me for half a year, left me in the dark. Now you're standing at my door, holding takeout in my broken heart. Said anxiety took the wheel when you started falling deep, but you came back with the truth and pad thai, extra peanuts just for me. Your hands are shaking, mascara running down. You said you loved me, got scared and shut me out. The monsters in your head were louder than my voice, but choosing to come back, that was still your choice. 6 months of darkness, now we're rebuilding, slow and steady, you and me. You ghosted me for half a year, thought I'd lost it all. Now we're learning how to communicate when anxiety calls. Your therapist says progress, mine says I'm allowed to trust. Sometimes love means waiting through the darkness till it's us. Sending pictures when you're drowning in your brain, dragging clouds and silly dogs to remind you I'll remain. Not every love story's perfect, ours took a darker turn, but you came back with takeout, and that's all I need to learn.